All right, hello everyone. So today is Wednesday, 24th. All right, so we're on Wednesday, so make sure you check out everything, also including your swing days, right? So let's take a look at what we've got today. These are the hours for today. This is gold right in front of me. And now, yesterday I said this 1955.50 is important because this is where they bought heavy before. Okay, there you can see. So the market comes back down. That's an astro hour. This is an astro hour yesterday. So if you bought the lows here, you would have been all right going all the way back up into the daily pivot. Now, the daily pivot here is now changed. Obviously, this is now where the daily pivot is. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that as well. So if you bought here, that's fine. This was the other Astro hours. As you can see, the market went into that target zone there, and that was it. Today, the Astro hours are going to start off in a minute. Okay, I can actually get rid of this because let's look forward and not backwards. Okay, and let's refresh this right now. All right, so that's that. So what do we want to do? Let's take a look at the daily. As you can see, that impulse wave is down here. I said we have a potential to go up here. So that might actually happen now because we've got a breakout here. And that 1952 level, remember, I talked about is holding here. So yesterday I said we're either going to bounce up here, go there, break above this little high bit here, go into there and sell down, or we'll come down, go up into this zone and sell. Looks like this is where they're going to be selling off. All right, so that's good for us. Now we can take a look at what we got here at these targets. I'm going to take this out. Look at 52, 51, 2000 to 1996. So I'm going to do this. We're going to target 2000 and 1996 on the daily. All right, that's your 2000. So this is going to be target zone there, and we want to be selling off when we come there as well. So what you want to do is if the market comes back down into this zone or slightly down into this zone, there's still room to come down here actually. So what you want to do, this is the level, and we're going to take this whole level here. All right, and that's a level where you can come down in order to go back up again. As you can see, that's where the demand happened. Now we're still in a sideways zone here, so you've got to be careful. This is a sideways market, right? But what we want to do is target where we're going, which is there. That level is the goodbye kiss. That's 36, and that's 1959. And 1959 is going to be right here. Okay, and that's the spot to be buying if it comes down here. All right, so if we come back down here, you want to be buyers. All right, 1959 into this zone. Can you sell from this zone? Yeah, you can sell from these here. Push it down there. Let me now get rid of this. This is over. Okay, I'm going to keep 1950 here because it's a strong level. So from this level, we're either going to go upwards. If we go up, okay, you can sell the weekly pivot and so on. I prefer to come down first, okay, and then prefer to go up. So hopefully we'll come back into this level, and that goodbye kiss zone will give us an opportunity to go long into there. That's that. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar, nice hold here as well. Yesterday, it shorted nicely. If you shorted it, these were the Astro hours yesterday, as you can see, right? So nice and easy. I didn't put the Astro hours for today. As you can see, I'm a bit lazy. All right, but I'm going to give you the hours in the members area anyway. All you got to do is just draw your vertical lines. But you can see, look, once again, market comes down into the target zones, and this is a target zone there, comes nicely in there, bounces off, is going in that direction. And if you sold yesterday, these were the hours you could have sold at. This is also nice, as you can see. Market comes into there and just falls down really good. And then from the target here as well, bouncing off. So what to do? As you can see, the first resistance is going to be this 38. If anybody's selling, that's the first spot they're going to want to sell at, and that's 1080. All right, so let me just put this now into 1080. Okay, which is 1080 is going to be there. Okay, that's the first zone. where there's going to be resistance. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this now. I'm going to refresh the chart so we get the daily pivot where it should be. Now, what we want to be doing is if the market comes down before it goes there, okay, we want to be pushing it upwards into 1080 or the weekly pivot, because if it breaks above the 1080 level here, once it breaks above that, then what you've got here is the same setup as gold. You've got a breakout going towards probably this 43 level, which is 1.0833, and 1.0833 is there. All right, so that will kind of like push us all the way into that zone. So these targeting is really important, as you can see, so we understand where we're going. If the market comes down first to the Asia low, all right, that's good, all right, because we can like push up from here into those zones, and that'll be your first target. But you got to be careful here because of the daily situation right there. But I anticipate this will break out because we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, as you can see. So going up for an ABC is not a bad idea, and then selling off from this zone, as I marked in the other day. All right, so that's all sets and fine. Now this zone here, as you can see, is above the 33, set 0860, and it could go up to 0873, 75 or whatever. So we've got 47 and 50 up here. 47 is 1.0861, which is nice. Okay, and they've got 0892. So we can mark in 0861 and 92 as well. That's your 61 there, 0861, and that's your 0890 there. All right. So these are going to be levels where we want to be selling again. So we should push up. Don't be too trigger happy to sell on the first spot here, simply because this is looking like it's going to like push upwards, and we're going to have an energetic day today. So the market could really go, in this direction and push up. Okay, so it's going to be an energetic day. So once we get to this 9:30, and then New York session is going to be nice as well. We should have some pushy. We should have some really pushy day today. All right, so it's going to be nice, and then we should end up at some price target in Asia. All right, so that would be like really nice, and then we'll look for a reversal tomorrow as well and see how that pans out. Okay, and that's how it is. So this is the first place to be careful about. Now, if the market all of a sudden does decide to fall, okay, and you're thinking, oh, crikey, where are we going? Then this is where we're going, 28. And that level is going to be 1.0722, which is 1.0722 is going to be here. All right, that's 0722. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to, let's take a look at the weekly. Where are we? And that's the HCL one, like 1.0693. I also want to keep an eye out for this red HCL one, 1.0679, 1.0679. So we're going to 1.0679 is going to be down there. Okay, so if we want to go down, you know where we're going. All right, so selling is not a bad idea either. It's an option. If we're at the Astro hours at the top, market can definitely have some pushy energy today. Be mindful, there's going to be fast moves between, there's going to be fast moves like from 3 onwards, from 3 to 5, and in fact, into the evening, it looks like it's going to be a pushy day, and it might be worthwhile trading because it should push in that direction. Once it starts pushing in a direction, right, it's going to go in that direction. So, just follow it through and it should be like a good day. All right. Let's take a look at US 30. US 30, these were the Astros for yesterday. So if you sold at the technical levels here, you should be okay. We had a price target down here. As you can see, it hasn't really gotten there yet. Let's just refresh this and see how we are going. Right here. So that's the daily pivot there. This is the low of yesterday, so market having a reaction here is normal. But let's first take a look at the daily before we do anything. Come on, daily. Okay, here we are. So the first support for the day, as you can see, we talked about coming down here. This is good triangle. We should break that downwards, descending triangle. Okay. Now the support we need to break is going to be that 37 level there. If it breaks down, we've got room to go down to 32,954. So I'm just going to mark that in 32,954. Okay, and that's on the daily there, 37. And then we've got the red line coming into this blue line here. We've got the 25, 23 zone, and that's going to be 32,088.77. So 32,000. It's way down there. Okay, so that's going to be obviously way down there. So let's not worry about that at the moment. What we should worry about is that first target there. If we start breaking below, we'll think about what to do with it. We've got what, 32,193. So we'll keep that as a second target. 32. That's also way down on the weekly. Let's just do this. Yeah, so this should like come down. Okay. 40. Yeah, this should come down. All right. 32,214. 32,214. So we've got room to come down. So what we can do is this: if the market goes up, we should sell, obviously. Okay, where you want to be selling at is going to be around this level here. Yesterday I marked this place, as you can see. It had a bit of a bounce there. Okay, slightly lower and still went up, and from there, that was the astro hour yesterday. As you can see, it's pushing down there. So today the first astro hour we've got is going to be this level here, this 9:30, okay, to 10 o'clock is going to be this zone. So hopefully it'll bounce up from there, and that should take us to something like 11 o'clock, 11:15 here. That's going to be an important hour. So if we come up here into this zone here, okay, this should be the level where the market, as you can see, sold off nicely. So if we come back up here, we can sell off. We come back up to the weekly, we can sell off as well. The market should break above this and then sell. So don't be rushing any sell. I wouldn't rush sells. Okay. So we could probably bounce up there and then sell off. Okay. And then here you need to definitely cover the trade. Okay. If you're going to do indices, be really mindful for the New York opening, because like I said, it's gonna be energetic there. Okay, so ascertain your direction and then nail it. But we've got room to come down, and if it breaks below that, you see it's gonna be nice. It's going to be coming to where we want it to get to, all the way into this location here. And remember, these levels were all sell levels. I was urging you to sell from the highs to push in there, and we're using the astro hours to constantly be pushing down when we can. And remember the swing days as well I gave you on Monday. So this could very well just keep pushing until Thursday, Friday, nice and easy. Okay. Let's take a look at SP 500, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. Right, yeah. So this is where we are. Okay, and the same thing as the Dow Jones, right? So that was the 130. Okay, let's take a look. So we talked about this zone yesterday. Let's do this. As you can see, these were the astro hours yesterday, right? So the market came down here and then just straight broke down all the way down. So this is the target we had yesterday as well, all the way into this zone. This was one zone you needed to be careful about, but it broke it down nice and clean. Now, as you recall, this line here was very special, and I talked about it. And I said I would laugh if it gets to one of these lines and then fall down, and it really did, because it was like in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, this trend line is like a weird one because it's based on a different calculation, but this should break down. We're looking to break down, and it's nicely breaking down here. So I want to push down today, okay, And with the indices as well, if they go up, you want to be pushing down and selling downwards. But if they go down fast, don't sell in this zone, because this is the first place they're going to buy. You see, this is where the market pushed up. So initially, if the market comes down, this zone is where you want to be taking care in the first place, okay? But according to my PSD, we should break lower and go down into 4,100 zone. So I got 4,106 down here. Okay, 4,106 and 4,100. This is the zone we should be going for. All right, so the market should be coming down here. On the weekly, we've got this support here. So this is where you got to be careful, which is 4,129. And this is where it is, 4,129. So this is the place where you got to be careful, as you can see. All right. So I'm going to extend that here as well. But this is your target. It's going to, it's pretty much going to come down here. Why? Because the weekly here, as you can see, this should break and we should come down into this 4,000 zone, as you can see, on that line. So want to sell on the way down, but that zone, be careful, because they'll be buying here, pushing up, and then selling off. So what you got to do is be careful. If you're going to sell it again, right? Let's say they pushed it up and then they want to sell it off in the New York session. What you got to do is sell off here. So this is going to be your sell off zone here. Okay, that's going to be one zone there. On the daily, that's going to be too far out. I talked about this yesterday. This level here, and then market going up to sell, and that's what happened, right? So once again, we're in this zone, sell zone, and if it pushes down, it should go further down. This is like selling on any push up is not a bad idea. At Astro hours, you can sell here. This 4,180, I'm going to get rid of this now. Okay, this is a zone, and this is pretty much closed up. That should be the zone. Keep in mind this 4,180, because this is where the breakout happens. So you've got two zones, 1 and 2. They're both valid and they're both okay. Since this is where the breakout happens, so that's that there. So that zone as well. All right, so you're going to have to be a bit patient. Okay, so if the market moves up into this zone, that zone, we can be sellers, I think, in my opinion. This is an Astro hour now, so don't sell here. All right, no selling here because it's an Astro hour. And let me just double check on this. Yeah, this is like an adjustment level. Okay, so correct. Okay, so I wouldn't sell around here. If you want to do anything, you could wait for the 11 o'clock one. 11:11, which is about 11:15, let's say, around here. And because that's a target, if you want to do any trading, buying, it needs to be here. Okay, if you want to buy, it needs to be here. All right. But like I said, this should be getting some support here on the weekly PST, and the weekly PST is right there. Okay, but I'm still inclined to sell. So any push up, I'd like to sell to push down. If it breaks below this, that's bingo. That's 4,120. If it breaks below that, that's just going to be nice. It could be really pushy all the way down. And the SP 500 has a swing day on today and tomorrow. Okay, so that could take us really down. Okay, if they decide to take it down, it could take us to a Wednesday, Thursday low where it can swing back up again. Okay, if we head up somewhere, I definitely want to be selling again as well, though. All right, but not around here, obviously. US tech. Once again, this is the situation. And yesterday, that was the New York session there. Okay, 535. Where's 535? 535 is there. And we had, what do we have? 815. 815 is, as you can see, market comes to 815 right there, and then breaks down into the weekly. So we talked about this being a target, and then the market 11:55, we had noon 11:55, as you can see is that there. Yes, there was an astro hour there, 11:55, and we're at 10:15, so 10:15 was here, as you can see, that was 10:15, 10:15 right there. So right under the white line, as you can see, it's just going all the way down into our target zone, and the weekly pivot is nice and easy. Now daily, okay, so remember we're sellers from the highs and it's all good. Now the place to sell on this one is going to be at 67. That's 13,811. 13,811, which is there. All right. So if the market goes back up there, let's get rid of these. That's the way to go. I'm just going to get rid of these for the moment. 13,811, and that's this bar here. This is not a bad spot to sell off. If it goes up, touches up there, okay, astro hour, you might want to sell this off, and that's, I think, the way to go. We should come back into 63, 13,546. 13,546 is about there. Okay, so we should drop down into this. So this is looking like, you know, there's room to come down, and then you got 61. If it breaks below that, 13,395, 13,395 is up there somewhere. All right, and that's fine. So keep those as targets. Any push up, I think is good to sell. You could sell on the daily or up here, but this is a nice place here. It's on a good buy. It's on a PST, and would love to sell it back there if it gets up there. It could be a rash move up into there, and that will be okay to sell there too. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, remember I talked about selling the highs here. It didn't get up onto those targets, but let's see, it nearly went up. I drew that line the other day. But with Bitcoin, as I said on the daily as well, if the market goes up, you want to be a seller, okay? And we've got targets down there, as you can see. So some people are saying, will it get there? Will it not? According to my technical analysis, we should come down into these levels. Okay, that's what I'm thinking anyway. So this is why I give sell for those, who, when the market goes up, I say sell it off. Okay, and that's just basically it. This was a level from 2 days ago, as you recall. Market broke down nice and easy. If you want to check the hours, you can see this is 5:50 in the morning for today, which is an astro hour. Actually, if you took astrology from me, you would have been on top of it at 5:35, which would have been around here. Okay, 5:30 there. And yesterday, as you can see, the high was made at 8:20 there. We didn't have anything for 8:20 because the video I was doing was after that. So the only thing you could have gotten was like 10 o'clock and 11:50. So around here, you could have sold around here at the highs there. Okay, and that's basically it, what you could have done, nothing else. This high, I didn't have an 8:20, but yesterday we had the 7:15, which was pretty much there. That's your 7:15 bar, all right? So you could have caught that one up with, yeah, on that one, and that's basically it. I also had the low here. Well, if you were open in Asia, you would have picked this up at 4:30. All right, so this is your 4:25. You would have picked it up at 4:25 bar right there. Okay, boom, boom, into your 7:12. Now we're coming down. Let's take a look at the daily. Your first support is going to be 39 and then coming into 36.35. So you should go into 26.520. 26,520, which is going to be about there. All right, so that's your first target zone there. And then you've got the red line there, HCL 126,234, and all the way down 25,750, which these levels I've marked in. 26,334 is there. 25,750 is there. So we should, be coming down. Like I said, I don't day trade Bitcoin, but I'm thinking we've got room to come down. I said this is head and shoulders. We should head down here at least before any buy reaction, and then we should even break this, if you ask me, to push even further and further down. Okay, and that's basically what I think is going to happen. Okie dokie for today.